Hey, and welcome to this new video in which we will talk about Express Entry Immigration Program. First of all, we have to know that Canada has many different ways of immigration. So, Express Entry is an economic immigration program. We have to know that Express Entry is an online system to manage applications for permanent residence from skilled workers. The system manages applications for three economic immigration programs. First of all, Federal Skilled Worker Program. Secondly, Federal Skilled Trade Program. And thirdly, Canadian Experience Class. Provinces and territories can also recruit candidates from the Express Entry Pool through the Provincial Nominee Program. So this video is dedicated for the Federal Skilled Worker Program. Express Entry process contains four main steps. First of all, you have to find out if you are eligible. Secondly, you get to get your documents ready. For example, your educational assessments, your language results, and so on. The third step, submit your profile. You have to open an Express Entry online profile. And the fourth step is to receive an invitation and apply for permanent residence. In this video, we will talk about finding out if you are eligible, and we will let the other steps for other videos. So you will find the link in the description for assessing your first eligibility. You have to meet all the minimum requirements. First of all, age, education, work experience, whether you have a valid job offer in Canada or not, English and or French language skills, adaptability, how are you likely to settle here. So these factors are a part of a 100 points grid used to assess your eligibility for this Federal Skilled Worker Program. You earn points for how well you do in each of the 6 factors. The current pass mark is 67 points. It's a must to have these 67 points in order to go through this immigration program. It's important to mention that when you will be qualified for the Federal Skilled Worker Program, a different system will be on to rank your profile. It means that you will not be assessed on a 100 scale, but on a 1200 point scale. We will talk about that later. Now, let's move on to talk about the minimum criteria for each one of the 6 selection factors. Let's begin with age. This factor contains a maximum of 12 points. You will not be eligible if you are under 18 years old or if you are older than 47 years old. But you have to pay attention on that every case is different. Many people who have more than 47 years old and went to Canada and got their permanent residency card. Now let's talk about education. If you went to school in Canada, you must have a certificate diploma degree from a Canadian secondary institution, high school, or a post-secondary institution. Which means that the minimum level is the high school degree. If you are foreign, you have to make an educational credential assessment report for immigration purposes from a designated organization. You will find all the links in the description, so just focus on. It's very important to be able to communicate in one or both of Canada's official languages. Knowing English or French or both helps you in the Canadian job market. The maximum points for the language skills are 28 points. You will not be eligible if you don't have a minimum of 7 in the Canadian language benchmark. You will find the link here for the Canadian language scale. After that, work experience. With a maximum of 15 points, you can get points for the number of years you've spent doing full-time paid work. It means that at least 30 hours per week or an equal amount of part-time. A skill type 0 or skill level A or B of the National Occupational Classification. So here you must to pay attention because the National Occupational Classification System classifies jobs and occupations on a 5 skill level. Skill type 0, management jobs like restaurant managers, mine manager, and so on. Skill level A, professional job that usually call for a degree from a university, such as doctors, dentists, architects. Skill level B, technical jobs and skill trades that usually call for a college diploma or training as an apprentice, such as chef, plumbers, electricians. Skill level C, intermediate jobs that usually call for high school or job specific training, such as industrial butchers, long haul truck drivers, food and beverage servers. Skill level D, labor jobs that usually give on the job training, such as fruit pickers, cleaning staff, oil field. For the express entry, you will be eligible only if you have a skill type in 0A or B. So you have to look carefully for your job because you will need it later. Let's move on to the fifth factor. It's about an arranged employment in Canada with a maximum of 10 points. You will get it if you have a job offer that respects some criteria in the program. And the sixth factor of assessing your eligibility is the adaptability of a maximum of 10 points. If your spouse or partner has a language test results, if you pass studies in Canada, if your spouse or partner pass studies in Canada, your past work in Canada, arranged employments in Canada, relatives in Canada. So we will stop here today for this video, and I hope that I had been useful to you, and see you on the next video.